This goes on and on, all day and night. I keep thinking on you and I've been waiting for this so long, 'cause you know that I've been on my own. How can I show you? Don't wanna control you. I know you lied to, and I know that you've been holding on. Can you let it go and bring your heart closer to me? You can have it all. You just have to let me in. Can you let it go and bring your heart closer to me? You can have it all. You just have to let me in and bring your heart closer. Can you let it go and bring your heart closer to me? You can have it all. You just have to let it go. This goes on and on in my mind. Every thought is you and I. What you're waiting for is so close. You don't have to be on your own. How can I show you? Don't wanna control you. I know you've been lied to, and I know that you've been holding on. Can you let it go and bring your heart closer to me? You can have it all. You just have to let me in. Can you let it go and bring your heart closer to me? You can have it all. You just have to let me in.
Load.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear something? So you had no music all the time. Okay, sorry for that. So, hello everybody, it's me again, Rafi, Aerosoft, content community manager, and we're starting from scratch and from beginning again. So, today we're going a nice airport walk around show, whatever you call it, showcase. And I'm not alone, I'm together here with two beautiful gentlemen. One is already crouching in front of me, the other one's around. Hello, Joe and Lukas, how are you guys?
Hello.
Hello. Great. How are you?
Don't be shy.
Are we shy? Or... No, we're doing good. We're doing good.
Okay, that's
I'm
good.
in my toy plane, so I'm doing fantastic.
Okay, great. So, I hope you can hear something now at least. So, yeah, give us maybe a quick feedback in the chat if you can hear us or not. So basically, yeah, maybe one little advice how you can join this because I see only one guy made it here. Oh no, that's Lukas. So Lukas is also here. Oh, you have a nice pilot uniform. He looks great.
Yeah.
Very attractive. So anyways, I hope you can hear us. Can you confirm again, please? Can you hear us? Music plus you. Okay, that's good. Okay. So if you want to join here on this terrace, so you need to follow some steps. I will let you know, and then you can join us. And if not, it's no problem at all, because then we can go, or you can follow us basically, just here, yeah, over the airport, like we run around. And we will show you some stuff here and there and having like fun together in avatar mode. So it's up to you. So when you want to join, first things first, you have to go into your flight conditions, so where you set up the weather, etc. You need to have multiplayer on, and you have to select all multiplayers, not groups or friends only, all multiplayers. So that's the first thing. Second thing you need to set up is to go into the settings online, and there you set up yeah, VATSIM, sorry, not VATSIM, Europe West server. So that's one thing. And last but not least, I mean, there are a lot of other settings, but these are the two most important things. And last but not least, don't park your aircraft too far away. Just park it like somewhere here down beneath. I parked my Cessna, I guess, somewhere there. Because if you are too far away from the aircraft, then you disappear, right? So these are the things you need to set up, and then we can like walk around and see you as well here if you want to join. Right. So so first of all, let me introduce again in a proper way. Maybe you have met them at the FS weekend, but also maybe on stage during our presentation during FS weekend. But yeah, again, maybe we start this time from Lukas. Introduce yourself quickly if you want to, your name, age, your what you love to eat, and everything which is important. No, I'm just joking.
ID number. Yeah.
ID number, yeah, perfectly. No, explain you a little bit. Yeah, Lukas, what brought you to making sceneries for Aerosoft here?
Well, actually, it was an idea from a friend of mine. Like, I'm in flight simulation since I was 12, basically, and It was around 2016 when a friend of mine, basically, who was already making add-ons, told me to also do the same, But initially, it should be something like a software, had to do with weather. I didn't have a clue about coding, so I, switched to scenery design, although I didn't have a clue there either. So at some point, I learned it, and yeah, that's how it started.
That's how you ended up at the end, right?
Yeah.
Good. And coming to you, Joe, you have a long history in terms of flight sim, development, flight sim, sceneries especially. But how you ended up today being here with me together on the terrace in a virtual Stuttgart? How is this? What the hell happened?
You want the whole story, or
no, like a quick one maybe. Yeah.
Huh? Like a summary?
Yeah.
Well, good question. For some reason, we really wanted to do Stuttgart.
Yeah.
Since it's a really nice airport to do, and a specific someone lives close to the airport, which is you, Rafi. So we ended up doing a tour of the airport before we started development, which was real nice, real fun. So I guess you can also give us like some feedback on if we managed to capture, I guess, the atmosphere of the airport well, or if you have any feedback for us as well. So yeah.
Okay, so I can confirm that already, because what I can tell you is that you nailed it, right? You guys, both of you, basically the atmosphere, because that's one thing which often people are like a little bit curious, or let's say maybe more picky, because if you are doing that applies to any customer, so to you guys outside there, if you do a scenery of a kind of, let's say, for example, New York, right? Or I don't know, Toronto or Shanghai. Yeah, so the people who are based there, so they are like, they will look very closely to the airport and see, okay, if the details are good or not, and that applies to me as well here with Stuttgart. And I need to say, you nailed it like 100%. I mean, the atmosphere. I mean, I'm almost feeling like I'm with you again in Stuttgart at the Terrace, right? Because that's what we did during the exploring the airport. And I have the impression that it's like being almost there. I mean, the colors, the I don't know, the atmosphere, how to explain that? It's like almost perfect, right? So it's very good. And I wrote
almost.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's a game still at the end, right? So no, I would say it's 100%. So not almost. Okay, you're absolutely right.
And it is also my personal favorite airport in Germany, Stuttgart. Okay. And this. Basically, because I was flying in and out of Stuttgart since I was a baby, basically, since I have family close there, like in Karlsruhe.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, you were the one who was really pushing for Stuttgart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good idea. I mean, Stuttgart deserves this kind of quality, because we don't want to talk bad about other competitors, but we say, okay, this is the best one, and that's what we wanted to achieve, right? So. That's a great thing. And what I see here, for example, those things happen because of you doing great quality. Is like what I want to quote one message of the chat was, I bought it yesterday, took the elevator up to the visitor terrace and watched the airplanes on VATSIM. Not something I usually do, but this scenery just asked for it, right? So that's perfect, right?
That was also how I tested like the AI traffic. I just basically spawned in a lot of them and then went to the terrace and just looked for like an hour or so.
Okay.
To see how they would behave.
Okay, that's
it was fun.
Yeah, so you can do this as real as it gets. Okay, so without further ado, I mean, I see already there was one guy more, but he disappeared. But anyway, so to you guys who are watching from home, Lukas is obviously Lukas. And this one with this yellow shirt dancing around all the time, Gooey Bloom, that's Joe. Then we have Tomsky, and then we're like 1-2 guys before here, but they disappeared. Anyway, so let's go through the airport and maybe explain us on the go, like an airport tour would do, right? A little bit what you did here and there, and what was your, let's say, focus points regarding the scenery development. So we follow you. You just start talking.
Okay. So where do you want to start, Lucas? Should we just walk around?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Should we start from? Yeah. Okay.
Like one of the first things that is kind of cool is that there's like a small museum up on the terrace. So that's something we, of course, wanted to include, and also have the correct like information plates for each aircraft. So now, without getting like super duper technical on this, it's like a decal texture, so that's why it's like somewhat crisp whenever you're up close to it. So it's not like a regular texture, which would end up being kind of blurry when you get close to it.
Yeah.
So it's sort of similar to what they use for aircrafts, right? When they have those, you get those really high-res ribbons and stuff. They usually have like a decal texture for those. So it's a similar workflow that we use. Oh, hello. We have a friend. So it's a similar, and that's something we sort of use throughout a lot of the scenery is decal textures, because we can't really have like unique high-res textures for everything. That would end up, overloading the system, memory-wise.
Yeah.
So that's sort of like something that it was used in 2020 as well, but it's even more usable now in 24, honestly, with a lot of other things. I guess those who have seen the trailer have seen that the sunshades are animated, which is, I think that was like one of the first things you said when we entered the Terrace, Raphael, that these would rotate, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I don't know if you actually meant for us to add them or not, or
that was a secret hint.
We're joking.
So, no, that was like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a really nice, really cool feature, though.
Yeah.
I can show it maybe here quickly with my time.
Yeah, you can probably do the time thing. Yeah.
So if I change the time, I mean, also the clocks are working here, right? So the times, you can see that.
Yeah, correct.
If I move them, you can basically see during. It's the best way to describe is if you're like into midday around, which the sun is of course the hottest and the highest, then the sunshades are basically closed. And if you are there around in the morning, afternoon, or in the night, and then they are basically like, open all the time. Which is cool, because if you come then, there to the airport and as a pilot, because that's what we always try to focus, right? So, and you see that basically from the apron, right? So if you're like 12 o'clock in the afternoon or midday, then you see basically the sunshades close, and if you're like in the evening, like we are right now, sunshades are open. So that's nice, right?
Yeah. And it adds like a little bit of variation, right? Like you said, if you arrive at different times of day, you would probably at some point notice that something is different, even though if you haven't seen it before yet.
Yeah.
So it basically runs on like a 24-hour animation. So like animations, we do something called like keyframing.
Yeah.
So it's similar to whenever you saw like those Disney animations where they have like an image for each frame they want.
Yeah.
So on these shades, you basically have 24 different images, one for each hour, right? So they I basically set how much they should rotate for each hour, and then it just plays through them based on the time of day.
I understand. Okay, and that's where then, let's say, the animation comes from, because basically if you go like we did, like fast forward at the times, then it looks like nicely evenly rotating, so that's cool. So then the simulator calculates it like between the keyframes, the movement.
Yeah, it basically interpolates between the values for each hour. Then, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Understand. Yeah. Okay, good. So let's go inside the terminal, I would say. Or is there anything else on the Terrace where we want to mention?
No, I think we can keep moving, right? Or
I mean,
do you have any questions?
The yellow car
No?
here, that's kind of unique
Yeah.
because that's from cruiselevel.de, Julius, his private car. And it's
Yeah,
also
that's his
parked
private limo, right?
here. Yeah,
Or-
so that's why we parked it here on top, right? Okay, good. Let's go into the terminal. So first things you see now, the doors are opening. Is it like kind of also an LOD thing, or how do you make this? Or how do you synchronize
no,
it
it's-
that I'm
Yeah. So the way it works is that there's like an invisible box around the door area, which is it's called like a proximity trigger. So whenever you enter that area, it's going to play an animation, and that animation is going to be the door opening.
All right, okay.
Right, and the doors are going to stay open as long as you're within that area. And then when you exit that trigger, it's going to play the closing animation.
Okay.
So
that's nice.
yeah, so it would technically be possible, like you said, to do it on the LOD thing, but it wouldn't be as like it could fail easier.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it would be, I guess, not that kind of smooth, right?
Yeah. That's yeah, that would do.
Okay. So I want to just sweep quickly into the chat. So if you have any questions, feel free always to ask them because that's what we are here. So hello to Jake and Sim Johnson ask, Joe, just a quick question. We spoke about the Oslo Gardermoen update that was in the works. How it's going?
It's going good. Like, of course, I have more time to work on it now that Stuttgart is out. So I'm not gonna like give a time frame, but it's should be fairly close, I think, to be completed. So yeah.
Okay, so let's enter the elevator. As you can see, it's animated. The only issue we have here with the elevator, in terms of multiplayer-wise, is that's not synchronized through all the sessions.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it.
Yeah, we're walking down the stairs. We'll meet you downstairs. It's fine.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. It looks like I see you, but you don't see me, Peter. Okay, that's unfortunately. But if you can see us, then follow us. So as you have seen, I mean, that's a very unique thing. Maybe not that unique because I know that there were like more terminal areas and other sceneries by other developers. But driving an elevator, I guess that's the first time I did that basically in Flight Sim. Why did you choose to make this elevator like this in terms of movable?
It's like a mixture. It's first of all, it's fun,
Yeah.
right? So why not? And also, it's like it's fun to like challenge yourself now and then, try and figure out like how to best solve like a problem like this. Yeah. Now it in the beginning it was way more complicated. You would do something similar as the doors, where we'd have like a proximity trigger to like call the elevator when you walked into like the area next to the door for the elevator.
Yeah.
But in the end, it didn't really make any sense, because having it as it is now, where it goes in like a cycle up and down, it works just as well, and it's not as well. It would be more like not heavy on performance, but it would take more calculations basically if you have like a proximity trigger and stuff like that. So that's why it's basically going on just an endless loop up and down, since that's the easiest way of doing it, and it's like the least costing on performance in general.
Yeah, and I think it's also kind of realistic, because you're not like always supposed to get an elevator at first instance if you go to it, right? So you have to wait a little bit because there's someone blocking it or whatever. So
yeah,
that's what I like, right? So let's go into the
Just
check-in
realize
hall.
it gets
As real as it gets, yeah. Let's go to the check-in hall. And
Yeah.
I mean, you asked me before how good or how happy you are, or I am with the look and feel. And yeah, I mean, here you can see it. I mean, the wooden panels of the check-in desk, for example, they're like very nice. And I like the what you did, guys, is the, let's say, the level in between of how much details I want to have and how much details are too much, because otherwise that's gonna be bad on the performance. So did you had a kind of procedure where you said, or where you follow the procedure where you said, okay, this is more details needed in this specific area, or let's say that is enough and we don't add any more like that?
Well, I can, for like this area, like whenever I do like terminals, I usually try and focus on things that are visible from the outside.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like if something is like super duper hidden and you need to like drone camera far into a building to see it, it's not something I personally feel is important, right? Yeah.
Okay, so
But that's the thing with Stuttgart, right? It's like it's a large glass building, so a lot of this stuff would be visible, especially like the tree structure, which is kind of famous, I guess, for this airport, the pillars. So that's something that would need to be visible from whenever you taxi into the stand, right? Whenever you park.
Especially during Christmas time, probably.
Yeah, sorry, Christmas time. So I mean, I was reading the chat. So why don't you do MSFS? I'm Europe West server. Okay, so one thing you need to mention, you need to go into your before you start the flight, there where you set up the weather, basically flight conditions. There you need to set multiplayer all on, so no groups only, all on. You need to be on West Europe, and your aircraft needs to be parked very close. So basically, park at one of the terminal gates. Because if you are too far away, you will disappear, or you won't see, or we won't see you, basically, this way. So a good point is if you go into wintertime, that's one of my favorite things. I mean, that's like a small thing, but I love it. So if you go like back into December, boom, you see that. The trees get an extra special treatment, texture in terms of it looks like, Christmas time, and I guess that's also what is happening in real life, right? So they have this like decoration. Was it complicated to do that, or was it just basically a mapping texture thing, like 2 minutes?
So, well, like the lights themselves are its own separate model, and it's the same mesh roughly as the trees. But they have a different texture, and then the mesh is like pushed out a little bit, so it's not gonna flicker with the metal pillars. So it's not something that's like very difficult to do, but you just have to decide to do it, I guess. And then if you have a lot of stuff that isn't difficult to do, it still takes a lot of time, right? So.
Yeah, because there's constantly that's again what my question was. That's constantly the point. Where do I start? Where do I end? Right. So you don't want to overload, but on the other hand, it's like nice to have this kind of feature, right?
So. This is also like something that adds variety, right? So it's going to be like a different airport at specific times of the year. So always nice.
Okay, let's go through the check-in area. So do we need to...
I guess we have to watch the stream now, right? Because we are probably gonna lose each other in here.
Right, okay, yeah, because that's... Yeah, okay, yeah. So anyway, the line is anyway very long, so we... sorry, we're priority, we're business first class, sorry. Okay, so let's go to the security. I mean, there's anyway... Not much happening, I guess. They're on strike, right? So, but anyways, that's as you said, you could probably do here more stuff, but I guess that's more than enough. I mean, I feel now security checked. So for those who are following with the avatar, unfortunately there is it's not meant to work into multiplayer. That's only single player experience, so they fall down because there's another floor below. But we will fight each other, so just follow me to the first toilet where we gonna go, and yeah, meet in the toilet, right? So that's what you can do. So basically you go here to the left, there's Manfred's Snacks and Drinks, and being honest, not Manfred, but the other one, we will be there in a minute. Snack bar is like where I'm every time when I'm flying from Stuttgart, I'm sitting there and drinking a Weizenbier. So that reminds me, yeah, my personal flights I do from Stuttgart here and there. So okay, look at Joe's appearing on the ground. Yeah, okay, here there. Okay, so let's meet at the toilet.
Will we leave you alone?
No, you can come in. No problem. Okay, so you can even pee here, right? So what's the performance of the scenery? It's like Frankfurt. I would say it's even better, right? So it's way better than Frankfurt, similar to other, let's say, single runway operational airports. The reason is basically easy. It's the size, right? In Frankfurt,
yeah, it's like it's a smaller airport, so like it's less stuff we need to do compared to like something large as in Frankfurt, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now we all fall in the toilet. Yeah, that's one thing, and the other thing is, in Frankfurt, you have also a very, let's say, performance-intensive area around the airport, like the forest, for example, and then your Frankfurt city is very close by. So that's the reason why it's a little bit more on the performance side, but here in Stuttgart, that's not a problem at all. So even with all the features here in the terminal, it's absolutely no problem at all. Yeah, okay, so let's go a little bit here to the restaurant I said before. And then we can meet down.
Which one are you going to?
To the left. And then comes, yeah, basically there's just the next restaurant, which is then there.
Now, is that one closed now in real life?
No, it's open.
Is it? Okay, because it said it was closed online.
Or maybe it's closed from time to time, but I was last time flying from Stuttgart in, when was it? In November, I guess. And there it was open, like, and my look, if you go here to the he comes back. Yeah, okay. And here this table is basically this table. So if you fly from Stuttgart and want to meet me in person, and if I'm going to fly at Stuttgart at the same time, then this is my place, because always here I grab there my beer. I mean, I feel like being literally down there and yeah, grabbing a beer and sitting here, because it's also a nice spot. Because here you can see on this spot, you can see here like if the runway 07 is open, so you have all the arrivals coming here down. So it's basically, you see the approach, you see some apron action with some aircrafts being deboarded or whatever, boarded here. So all the handling stuff is going on, and you see a lot of ground movement. So I like this position here. And in this particular thing is you see our two Cessnas, which is one from Joe, one from May. So we parked that just to be close to the terminal in terms of to not disappear. So yeah, that's my spot, right? And from here on, you have like this quick shortcut. So you can go like straight this way, and then you're like in this area where you have then basically also departures from whatever region. And I would say, without further ado, we go through gate number, let's say gate number 316, in case you missed me because I've been falling down. Oh, no. Okay, that's working. Okay, that's good. Oops.
Yeah, I think it's fine here.
Yeah, it's fine, yeah. So we go gate number 316 and go through the jetway to the aircraft, because that's what you can do. And if you have an aircraft, like for example Phoenix A320, which is parked here, and there you can even go through the finger and go down then to the aircraft and then open the door, etc, etc. So that's very cool. Yeah, it's a very unique feature. I don't know, you can like walk to your airport, to your aircraft, and go down there. Of course you will fall, or you will see me falling down, because that's a thing and limitation in terms of multiplayer. So we use the staircase here, right? So we go down to the
Yeah, I
ramp.
can use that.
Yeah, the staircase here, or stairs. And then we are here on the apron. And I would suggest let's go to Tomsky's aircraft because he's like the guy following with us and he's parked there with the... I know his aircraft was invisible, I guess. So...
I can see it though because it's a livery that I have.
okay, good. So good for you. But for
It's
me...
Aegean, right?
Oh, yeah, okay, that's of
It
course,
is,
that's
it is.
important to you. Yeah.
Yeah, it is very
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk us a little bit here through the sounds because you can hear the electrical vehicles have a specific sound through the details like the grass, all the ground clutter. What was your main focus here beside of the two Cessnas parked by us here?
Do you want to take the grass, Lucas? You're the one who planted most of it.
You're the one who planted the grass here where we are right now, actually.
Yeah, well, that's a few of them. You planted more.
Well, that was actually one of the things that we noticed at the very beginning when we went to the airport, is where we started from the GA area, and we saw that there was grass growing like between the between the concrete plates. And it was just a cool feature to have, I think, and yeah, I'm really happy that we added it, and because it adds a lot. Okay, it might be not as tall as in, or not as short basically as in real life, but then again, you would it would be more difficult to see, you know. So yeah, no, it adds a lot, I think.
Okay, so you had to decide a little bit between adding them and make him visible as well, because otherwise it makes no sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's whenever you're looking at something at a screen, it's not gonna be exactly the same as seeing something in real life. So some stuff we need to like, tweak a little bit just for it to be visible and make sense.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes the airport then at the end feels alive a little bit, I would say. Hi, Master. Because that's how an airport looks like, right? It's not like perfectly polished and totally clean and etc. etc. It's like dirty here and there, and especially in these areas where it's like less used, then it's of course getting, or the nature comes faster back and takes like, for example, this areas where then grass grows. And whoa, are you in propeller?
Yeah, and there's actually like a really loud aircraft next to me.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
And we basically place grass where it would actually grow, so where no airplanes or vehicles would pass. At least not a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, that makes sense. Okay, watch out, there's coming a Mercedes. What I like in this area, because that's, I would say, the first Stuttgart scenery, where this area, where the bridge is, because they're super long here in Stuttgart. That's also something unique, because you have this, I would call it bus terminal here below, and this is the first scenery which this area doesn't feel like totally empty. It feels like really alive, and that's what is real life. So you have all the time buses coming in, getting out, because they bring passengers or taking them to the positions. So there's a lot of stuff going on here, and it's a lot of stuff parked here as well, and that's what is basically here the case. So I like that very much. And especially at the bus gate, so you could even walk here again upstairs into the terminal back again, and then go on the main level. I mean, we can do that. Why not? So this is very cool. I mean, and what I like here very much is like this poster here, for example, air passenger rides. So you can learn your air passenger rides here straight in the simulation or in the scenery. So that's lovely. Okay, let's go back to the main entrance hall. Oh, sorry, I was wrong way around. So I will go again through the security and then go back into the main hall. And then from there on we can go to the Terminal 3, I guess. So that's the terminal next to this, and explore that together. So I will wait once or until you appear again. You even modeled, I see it now, you even modeled the security window when the security is closed. Nice. Lovely. So where are you? Are you heading back to me?
Yeah, I'm up next to the travel value.
Okay, Tomsky appeared again. Lukas is coming out of the ground. It looks so funny. So we will walk slowly further down the road. And I mean, that's not a critics. I have one point, by the way, critics, which I will mention in public. So be aware. But one little thing which is not really critics, but I often use or always use is the smart lane here. Yeah. So usually you will find here the smart lane. That's basically a little security area where you can book your slot and then you can go.
We don't make discriminations, that's why.
Okay, good. Yeah, then it's fine. Okay, then we leave it as it is. But this is not the biggest problem. Or not a problem at all, let's say it this way. And yeah, let's go into Terminal 3. So which is basically here. And why I'm here, because from here you can see very beautiful the hotel you stayed in. So that's the Mövenpick. Basically, oops, here the hotel. So, and there's also a terrace where you have, I guess, because it was very hot, 1 or 2 beers at the end, which is good. So tell me how many days you spent it here. Obviously I was there, but our audience not. So how long you have been sweeping around the airport to get it to this detail in terms of gaining pictures, etc.
It was 3 days, right, Lukas?
It was, like 2 days at Stuttgart and 1 day for the airfields.
Yeah. So we basically got a rental and drove basically around the whole area to each of the airfields that we did, and a few more as well, but that didn't make the cut, to put it that way.
Okay.
So yeah, 3 days.
3 days of Stuttgart. The first day I was a little bit hangover, I guess, because the day before you was at my place. So
that's true. Yeah.
But it was okay. Yeah. So by the way, if you missed maybe the video, also our YouTube channel, go and check out. We made a little video, basically a vlog of the day we were spending at the airport and running around. So that's fun to watch. And you will find there also a little thing, because talking about cars, we have a little Easter egg in the scenery. Maybe one showed you already, which was I wouldn't call it an Easter egg, but with the trees here when they are in winter time, right? So with the decoration, with the light bulbs on it. But we have another Easter egg on it, and maybe you saw it already. We will go there with a drone in a minute, but basically we put there my car into the scenery, right? So that was the car I was driving with you around. And if you watch the vlog that helps you to determine where it is, exactly around the airport, we will show you one spot, which it's hard to find, right? So I would say the police thing, right? We can go there with a drone in a few seconds. So, but from there on, you need to find it, right? So there's no raffle, there's nothing to win, right? Just for the fun, right? So if you want to look around my car, find my car and see where it is, or try to find it where it is, that's fun to make. And also on top on that, we have also, or you guys, not we, you guys also put my car basically on all the airfields, right? So on every airfield, my car is also there, at least parked once. Is that correct?
You're on each airfield, stalking everyone who flies there. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a thing. Maybe with the Rafi statue, it started in Düsseldorf, right? And now it ended with Rafi's car being annoying the flight simulator users because it's parked everywhere, right? And maybe to clarify why we did that, because there was one specific situation. This is a hint for you. At the GA apron, I was unloading you close to the fire station, and I was driving behind the GA hangar with my car and parked it at the fence, get out of the car, and was watching like the aircraft rolling, etc., etc. And then Joe and Lukas were like doing pictures, etc., and was not seeing them or not seeing my car either, because it was behind myself, because I was looking for the aircrafts, right? And on some certain points, I was like turning around and seeing like my car is like, I don't know, 50 meters behind me. and Joe and Lukas are taking pictures into the car. I was, what are they doing? Why they moved my car, right? And it apparently happened that I shut down my car, but I didn't park it, put it into park. I left it in neutral. It was because there was a little of angle in there, this position. It was like rolling by itself back. And Joe and Lukas thought what he's doing. They thought I'm in the car and making fun of them. And so they tried to take a picture of me like while I'm in the car hiding. But yeah, and this was such a, let's say, awkward and fun situation, because usually you get out of your car and it stays where it is, right? So it's not rolling away. So that's really stupid, right? So that was so fun. So we said this situation needs to be in the scenery, and that was, I guess, the start of putting my car into the scenery. And on top of that, let's say the perfect ending was like with the police situation, right?
Yeah. It was,
So you, if you're annoyed by me, probably not the best scenery to buy, because you will now know that's everywhere in it. Anyways, question from LH Studios: are you guys any plans on making Bremen Airport in MSFS? It would be nice to see my home airport, or the home airport from my German friend. I mean, that's what we said already. Oh, hello, Fabo NL. Nice to see you. And Leo Ben Kai is also here, so we have some people join us here in the stream or in the game. Yeah, that's what we always say. We always announce something if it's ready to talk about, right? So that's what we stick to, and that's what we keep. And that doesn't mean that we are doing Bremen and we're not saying it right now, or other way around. It doesn't mean that Bremen is not gonna be done. That does mean just that we talk about future projects, etc. Once it's ready. That includes also current projects we are developing, etc. So we have some stuff to let you know, like the Frankfurt update and what's going on with Paris, for example, and then further projects down the road. So these are things where we communicate when we say it's ready to communicate, right? So because what we want to stop or not stop, but we had back in the days, an issue where we like announced stuff, and then it was like the people were like, it's taking too long, and they were not happy with that. So we rather like to do than like announce it, get the hype, and get it done and get it right. So that's what we are aiming for. So to your question, we cannot say anything to Bremen. What I can tell you, definitely right now, it's not under development. So if we decide at some certain point, we will let you know. Hallo Rafi, ich habe den nächsten Vorstellungsgespräch für Aerosoft. Hast du irgendwelche Tipps? Sei ehrlich, sei locker, ist eine coole Truppe bei Aerosoft. Nur wenn du ein guter Charakter bist, hast du eine Chance, da gut anzukommen. The trick was, I have the live conditions, not daytime. Okay. Okay, so welcome Leo Ben Kai. I guess that's Peter Fabian. I don't know, or is no Fabo NL. That's maybe Peter Fabian. I don't know. So our little group here is growing. Question for Joe: were you able to implement all these unique features like walking through the jetways using the SDK, or did you have to make workaround hacks to make them work?
No hacks. Everything is possible through the SDK.
Okay. Start by, werden die Jetways auch in Frankfurt etc. geupdated? So for Frankfurt, we mentioned this, like, it was announced back in the day. There's gonna be an update because the new terminal is opening soon. So that's why we plan. And what's in the update, let's say, included, it's gonna be communicated, but of course Terminal 3. In terms of main thing, maybe here we can give you a little sneak peek, because you're like in our small little group here, is that's gonna be like airside only. That means basically what you will see from the pilot, right? So jetways, cloud clutter, etc. That's the main focus, because that's gonna be done on the same level from the outside, like Terminal 1 and Terminal what is it, 2? Yeah, Terminal 2.
What we can actually already say is that we are releasing an update for Frankfurt within April, before the new terminal opens, which will include up-to-date ground markings, the new taxiway, jetways on Terminal 3, and just so that the airport can be used after the new terminal has been opened. Because right now it doesn't include the parking positions.
Yeah.
And the new taxiway. So Yeah, this is coming in April, and we are planning a bigger update at some later point, which hasn't been determined yet. But yeah, like you said, we will announce it when it's time for that.
Look, Lucas stepped on me before I will announce something what he doesn't want to do, just to make sure.
Quickly stop Rafi.
Started talking about interior and exterior.
No. I'm pretty aware. So yeah, to conclude, that is outside Terminal 3. Let's say make it airworthy, and the ground layout in terms of especially the southern area where you have like the how do you call it, taxi rearrangement. So that's going to be also implemented, and it's going to be in April. So that's now pressure on you, because I wanted to leave it open when it's going to be ready, but now it needs to be April.
Yeah, it's that will definitely be done.
Okay, good. Okay, that sounds good to me. And yeah, in terms of interior Terminal 3, etc., due to lack of references, for example, right now, it's hard to make it right now, and so that's gonna be, as Lukas said, maybe something for a further update. But if we do it and when we do it, that's another plan. So let me know. If it's, I mean, it depends also on you guys. I mean, on the feedback, determining all scenarios we do. It's always like, nice to have more details inside, but on the other hand, it's also can get hard, because we need to keep in mind always performance, right? Good. Okay. Correct. Enough of watching behind blankets. Okay, let's go back again on the terrace floor to see the night lighting, because this should be now on. So let's go upstairs. Frankfurt update when? In April. That was set by Lukas.
Small update,
yeah. So McDonald's is here. Are you guys following me? Yeah, perfect. I love this little... I should have like a rainbow, not a rainbow, an umbrella with me. And see, here's the tour guide.
Also like a small update, because it's basically what we can do until Terminal 3 opens, in the time we have since the release of, between the release of Stuttgart and Terminal 3 opening in Frankfurt.
Yeah.
So that's what we have time to do.
Yeah.
Until then.
Wann kann man Updates für den A340? So when do you expect updates for the A340-600? Tomorrow is the first update. Okay, so we see the night lighting. That looks awesome. So let's go to the bar. There we had like a cold drink, because it was like, I don't know, 40 degrees-ish, plus minus. Eiszeit, Wolke 7, 20 Meter, okay. So exactly on this
that sign is too close, isn't it? 20 meters? Is that a bug?
That's a bug that needs to be fixed. Yeah. We either change the position or the writing on it.
So I was basically sitting here on this green couch, and you both were on the blue couch here. But yeah, that's a little thing.
Should we recreate it?
Sorry?
Should we recreate?
Yeah, maybe we should park my car here as well. Standby flights, that's a question we already replied in the beginning, how they ended up being here as a scenery developer. So just watch the stream from the beginning, or you can read back. So what I like to mention is here also is the night lighting, because that's something I like. That's something which like MSFS 2024 scenarios in general do better than like we used before. But is there kind of, and this one I like very much, because it's almost like being there, but is there any kind of, let's say, things or parts in terms of night lighting on the air side where you put main focus in, where you say, okay, that's challenging, easy, or it's just basically a standard procedure for you guys?
Well, I can talk a little bit about the taxiway lighting and that kind of stuff. So that's a little bit more complicated now than it was on like previous sceneries, like Düsseldorf, for example, which had more simplified models for those. So these look better when you're up close to them, since they have a better effect when you're up close. You're not going to see that bulb in the middle of the model. That doesn't really make any sense. So that's something that was a little bit trickier on this one. It took a little bit more time to do to make those look good. And all of the lighting is custom. So like the taxiway center, the runway, the approach lights, everything is custom. So nothing is the default FCAD lights that you also could technically use if you want to. But yeah.
Is that also why we have the little light, let's say, fixtures 3D modeled when you taxi around?
That's probably it. Yeah. You're just thinking of like the lamps themselves?
Lamps,
or?
yeah, themselves, yeah.
Yeah, so all of those are custom models. And you have like a mix of for like the edge lights, you have some of them that are actual lights, and then you have some that are supposed to be like reflective. So they behave like a little bit differently. They're not going to be as visible when you're far away. So they're more like a texture trick basically to hide them or make them less visible when you're further away.
Okay. Yeah, I like it because it looks like crystal clear, right? So, I mean, especially if you're driving the Autobahn there, which is close to the airport, right? To the left now from my point of view. And then you can see if you come from Ulm and going towards the airport. And then it's a little moment where there's no barrier. You can see the airport basically and the whole runway from a similar angle like we are right now, but from the other side. And yeah, I mean, it looks exactly like the real airport.
Now, when you mentioned the Autobahn, though, that's like one of the, I guess, sad parts about this is that the default traffic is kind of a mess on the Autobahn.
Mm-hmm.
And the way the SDK works now is that we can't add our own traffic as we could with like FSX, where you could like draw the roads and they would just, automatically generate the traffic. So that's something we would have liked to have, is to actually have the proper car traffic there. But hopefully that's something
like
October's going to look at. Yeah. That's my biggest gripe, I guess, with this area.
Okay. Then another question from the chat. Do you find having animated passenger at the terminal impacts the performance a lot? Some developers only use static people, which makes me think it's quite performance heavy.
You would use like a combination of LODs and also basically removing the passengers when you're at a specific distance. There's no reason for you to draw those passengers when you're like far away. So that's something we do at Stuttgart. If we remove the terminal model, you would see that the passengers actually pop in quite close to you. But that's sort of hidden because, they're inside and they're not going to be as visible far away. So, but like in general, yes, static meshes would be has a lower performance impact, but it's still like possible to do animations like this and keep it running fairly smoothly. Now, if you have like a lower end system, we do include the option for like you to disable this kind of stuff, so you can turn off the passengers, you can turn off the apron traffic. We do include that option for you if you don't care about that kind of stuff.
Okay, another question I have. I hope I don't throw you under the bus here, but another question about Oslo Gardermoen. Will we get the walk-around features there as well in the update? What other new stuff can we expect from the update? Sorry, I'm just really excited for it. Ask the guys.
So there has been like quite a lot of changes at the airport. Well, not too much, but there are like buildings that have been built. There are stuff that has been repainted. There's ground stuff that has been moved. So all of that is going to be taken care of. All of the jetways are now correct again because they have removed some of the older ones and replaced them with newer. So that's going to be fixed. the VGGS is going to be changed so that they are correct based on because some of those has also been updated to newer models. Regarding walk around, that's something I want to include. I'm not gonna like promise that it's gonna be included because there might be like some issues I'm running into that makes it, you know, that I need to work more on it, to put it that way. But it's something that at some point is gonna be in Oslo as well. So similar to this, where you can walk through the jetway and into the terminal and so on.
Ooh,
So, yeah.
that's great news. Okay, so I would say stay tuned. Yeah, what comes more in Oslo and
Yeah.
other sceneries? I guess.
Yeah, it's like you said, we will announce what's included when we
Yeah.
basically know. Yeah.
Yeah, you can still join Expectef and Will Milan Malpensa any further updates? Yeah, that's of course not related to Lukas and Joe here as developer. That's another developer, David Rosenfeld, also a very famous name. And I know the guys are right now in the beta testing, and beta testing means fixing stuff, etc. So there's an update, coming along nicely. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okie dokie. So I would say, we switch from here. I mean, wow, we're a lot of people, so I make a screenshot here. Looks strange.
Where should we stand?
No, I mean, okay, if you want to be on the picture, then let's stand here, like where I'm right now. Well, here where the not chair, but what is it? The bench is. So everyone in front of the bench wants to be on the picture. Run. And maybe Joe, you can do.
By the way, it's in the chat that people are asking about Düsseldorf. There is also an update coming for Düsseldorf with updated ground layout and some new or missing buildings. We don't have like a time frame for that yet, but it's gonna be very soon though.
Yeah, I guess Frankfurt. I mean, that's nothing we can promise, but I guess Frankfurt is gonna be the next one, right? Then maybe Düsseldorf, and then further down the road.
Yeah, I mean, Düsseldorf is already being worked on, so it's gonna come more or less around the same time as Frankfurt, maybe a little bit after.
Okay. Joe, can you do a picture? Because you can like sweep around.
I can do a demo picture. I'm a developer.
Perfect. So everyone look to the apron, and then Joe is doing a cheese.
Smile. I'll send it on Discord.
Perfect. Send it to me, so I will share it later on. That looks good. So what I would do now is for you guys who are in the stream with me, we are going to show you now the police scene with the car. Then maybe a little bit, the cargo area on the south, because that's a more Lucas-ish area, I would call it, if you don't mind. And then I will ask you the final criticized question I have. And then if you guys want to join us after stream for a little talk, like 5 to 10 minutes, we will be after that in the after work channel, a voice channel on Discord, so you can come there and have a quick talk with us. So this is the plan, what we are doing right now, right? Okay. So I will switch back to a little bit daylight friendly. I will go down to my plane. Where is it? Ah, here it is. Okay, it's loading. And I will move it with a drone cam, let's say this way. That's better, I guess. So what I mentioned was the little police scene. So we have been driving the car around, and yeah, we have been in a specific area where you shouldn't be with a car, let's say this way, right? Or maybe it's half illegal. Anyway, we have been there. Then we have been parked there. We get out of the car, and then we have been walking towards the airport fence to make pictures, because it's a spotter area, right? And we have been there, and everything was well. And then, boom, a police car appears. By the way, my car is first time here to show you what car we are talking about. And then the police car appears, and the police officer shouts towards us, "Who is the driver of the car?" And I was so, oh shit, it's gonna be expensive.
We all point to Rafi.
Yeah, you all point on me. So that's, by the way, the car, so with the nameplate. Rafi. And anyways, and yeah, that's more important here, the GA apron. And yeah, I was, oh god, that's gonna be expensive. The police officer, but you can't park there. So you need to leave now. Okay, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. So I went to my car. It was without any further, let's say, fine. But I was like Rafi 67, yeah. So I was then in my car pulling away, and what the police officer did, he just parked on my spot, shut down his engine, and just make a little lunch there, right? So I guess I was blocking his lunch spot. So that was the main thing. Yeah, it was fun though. You hear, by the way, the sounds of the electric cars. The fire station. So there's a lot of things to explore. We have been today a little bit main focus. Here's the fire simulator. A little bit main focus on the de-icing stuff. We had a little main focus on the terminal area because there's a really, let's say, unique features in terms of where you can walk around. So that's cool. But I will be at the police situation. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask continuously. I will add them straight towards Joe and Lukas. But it was somewhere here, the touchdown zone, right? Yeah, there it is. Okay, I see it. So this little lake, close to touchdown zone, runway 25. And yeah, of course, you guys, introduced also this scenery, or this situation to the scenery, which is absolutely useless, of course. But yeah, you can see there's the police car. There's my car, and this is exactly, and this is here the little spotting point you have in real life, and that was exactly the scene what appeared to us. Nothing special, but a little nice Easter egg, you would call it, right? So let's go to the southern part, to the tower area, and maybe Lukas, you can talk us a little bit through that area.
The cargo area, yeah. Like basically what we did with Joe is that we split the airport in half. So the northern part was more or less his part, the southern part was my part, and all like with the help of other modelers, of course. It's not all ours, like mine and Joe's. It's we did some of the main buildings, and our modelers did some of other like main or like second line and third line buildings. But yeah, I was doing modeling stuff on the southern part, and that's why that's why basically the cargo area is not mine, but yeah. The tower's not mine, by the way, so it's done by one of our modelers. Yeah. No,
But it's not sorry, but it's part of the scenery, right? So that was what I was showcasing it.
Yeah, that's and that's also like a unique feature in like also in real life. I mean, in Stuttgart, that the tower is outside of the airport area.
Yeah. Rafi, do you know why? Why the tower is there?
No, I have no idea why it's outside the airport perimeter. I have no idea.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's weird because
and it's also such a low tower.
Yeah, I mean it's low, but it's here on the hill. So if you look from this perspective here from the tower, so you see from here perfectly the whole runway, right? So it doesn't need to be higher than that, and you see even the apron there. I mean, it's hard to see, so I guess I don't know why it's just like this. Maybe there is a reason because I mean, space-wise, they would have enough space to put here somewhere a tower, but maybe there is maybe they love to fit it into this, let's say, living area here because it fits. I don't know what the reason is.
They probably have a really good reason for it.
Yeah. Okay, so you have here some. Sorry, continue.
No, just to answer like another question in the chat regarding ground textures is that it's basically a mix of custom textures and purchase textures. And then it's a lot of layering, like starting with the base asphalt or concrete texture and then layering markings and dirt on top.
So you usually basically start with like a ortho, that you would purchase, or if you're really lucky, you can get it for free as well. But for most airports, you would need to purchase it, and then like Lukas said, you build on top of that with like custom textures, and like all of the ground textures there are basically your work for the whole airport. So you can explain better than me.
And what I like is even the gap is, I guess, 3D modeled a little bit, isn't it? Right?
Yeah. Like if you move close, you will be able to see that, especially where there's markings. Like if the yellow lines going through them a little bit to the right.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah. No, that's
And,
absolutely astonishing detail. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
No, I just saw a question about like how much you would pay for an ortho, and that depends on like the country, and which company you buy it for. So there's like no standard really. I think.
Yeah, and the area covered, of course.
Yeah.
It can be cheap. It can be too expensive to do the airport, honestly, at some point.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But we are talking about thousands, so it's not like 200 euro and you're done, right? So that's one thing we can tell.
Yeah.
Is here any walkable something in this area, or is it only the terminal area?
No, only on the aprons.
Yeah.
Okay, the aprons, of course. Yeah. I like
And like I don't think there is a lot of areas here that would make sense to be
yeah.
walkable, but yeah.
So FedEx, so we have all the cargo apron from the land side.
Yeah, and also like the labels over the cargo base. That's all true to life. Like here, if you zoom into yeah, right.
That's lovely. And then if we go like downward here to the military part, because there's the American Army also based, or Air Force, I don't know what is it, Army, Air Force, whatever, one of those two. They have also their little area here. So basically all the hangars, you can see this little building here, I would say, and everything else is...
And most of this area is basically the work of one of our team members. Yeah, so it's not something we can take credit for, basically. For these buildings.
Yeah.
And also because I saw in some streams people talking about them, like it's the helicopter in the car back there, which is indeed for firefighting, because some people thought it would maybe be some unfinished models, but it's not.
Yeah, you can go closer. We can explain.
Yeah, you can see it now here. Yeah.
And if these were untextured, they wouldn't look like this. They
No,
wouldn't
you
have
see
like the actual painted
rivets, etc.
So, yeah. So I guess there's some sort of like plywood thing, right, for them to train on.
I don't know.
But, it looks like paper planes.
Yeah, paper plates in resize. What I, by the way, like is like details which are usually not important, but you can see them. Like for example here on this where the police Hubschrauberstaffel, so the helicopter police stuff is. You see even inside the frames of the top of the hangar, right? So these, I mean, you barely see it, but if you go like from the backside, you can see a little bit more. So I like those kind of details, which are like not really important because, I mean, come on, it's useless. On the south part where you don't see it, but it makes like the it is stuff that would be visible when you're taxiing past it, right? You would get that movement when you pass it instead of having just like a flat glass thing. So. And like adding that kind of stuff, it doesn't add like a lot of triangles or anything, so it's not going to do anything for performance-wise. It's just gonna increase the visuals of the building. Okay, you have also some car parking areas. I don't know what this is, like technical stuff, I guess.
Yeah, good question. I'm actually not sure what the building is.
Me neither. Yeah.
Do you know, Lucas?
No.
Okay, some hidden stuff. Anyway, maybe military related. Because this is also military area, everything, the hangars, etc. And here,
wait, like these buildings here, like also the hangars around here, these are all like one of our modelers, Patrick's work. So, yeah, thanks to him.
Or the other way around, if you want to complain, it was not Joe and Lucas.
Right.
No, for example, I
like
this.
Like it is a team effort, right? So like,
there
is a large team that has worked on this.
Yeah,
so
I'm joking. Yeah,
everyone should get.
Yeah, I like, for example. Hey, don't blame me. There he is, Redux. That's, I guess, Patrick. So nice to be here. So credits also to you. Big applause for you as well. Things like this, like Cafe.
I really like this one, the restaurant.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I mean, you could say, is this necessary? I mean, would fit possibly without the sign here. But this is like the small details, like you have, which makes the scenery to that what it is, like the Burger King as well, then the Shell petrol station. So yeah, that's what makes the scenery feels or have the impression to be really there, right? So that's cool. Good. All right. So I would say that's a good wrap, if you don't mind. Maybe we go quickly, like 2-3 minutes left for the exhibition area, because this is also a part of the scenery and also a part of the airport. Is the exhibition area. It's one of the biggest in Germany, and the other different exhibitions. So for example, maybe if you have been here already and was driving with your car past the airport, which is on the Autobahn I8, which comes from there all the way here to the left, you go through or below or underneath the Bosch Parkhouse, which is basically a parking lot where you can park your car, and that's not for the airport, that's for the exhibition center. And the exhibition center itself is like here, and here also are like details alike. So the different halls have different names because due to sponsors, so like Himalaya, Labkirche, and the last one, I don't remember what was the last one, Paul Hornhalle, yeah. So all these details are here, so that's really lovely, and completes the airport, because if you would do the airport without the exhibition center, that would feel wrong. Even it's very, very far away from the airside, right? But it's still like a very important part to the overall airport. Good. So I have one thing I want to critique. Because that's not a question from mine, that's a question from some users. Where is the Tupolev for the firefighter for train?
Well, that was actually, let's say, planned or something that we could do relatively fast. But like one of the reasons we didn't add it is that it's constantly being moved around the airport, so it's not stationary at one point. So now, for example, or when we were there, actually it was positioned, I think it was parking 50 or something like that. 50, 60.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so
no, we were actually
it,
discussing this earlier today as well.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
for an update, but we would then basically end up having it stationary somewhere, because we don't want to like remove too many parking spots for AI or users to spawn at. So,
what about a monthly update and you put it every month somewhere else?
Right.
Yeah, that's the only thing we'll do now is push updates for Stuttgart, yeah.
Let me know in the chat if you want to have the Tupolev 154, which is basically for the firefighting and emergency services, to get it. So we put a little bit pressure on Joe and Lukas. They look unhappy right now, but it is what it is. It's often parked here on the parking 36, which is here, the last parking.
36, right?
Yeah, 36. Or sometimes it's often parked here on the taxiway on this corner here before the DHL hangar, and then also sometimes on the cargo apron. But I guess we can get away with, we will live with one position less, but having then there the Tupolev, let's say. Good. So that's good news.
It's the same thing for the burning wings thing that we were planning on including, but then we learned that it was basically a shared training aircraft for like multiple airports. Mm-hmm. So it's like always being moved around apparently. So
okay.
Yeah. But maybe that's something to add as well for the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that Patrick already responded. We're using both Max and Blender. Yeah, that's correct. And we also use Substance Painter, all of us. So
Substance Painter for Aerosoft, everything.
Yeah.
So I would quote maybe as a last quote from Midzazlin, whatever the name is. I think might be the best scenery I've ever seen. I really like the walkabout jetways. Is it possible with the Phoenix to walk out of the plane, down the stairs to the apron, and you walk around? Yeah, that's it. So basically you can get out of your plane, run through the jetway. You can even go out of the jetway. There's close to the jetway normally there's little stairs where crew uses, for example, the Ray-Ban jet, so you don't need to go to the staircase. You can use even that. So that's working everything perfectly. So yeah, I would love to show you everything again, but if you want to see the terminal inside, yeah, make sure to just rewind and watch the stream from the beginning. That we have been in the stream in the terminal. I will share with you in a few seconds our Discord link. Hang on, I will do that now because otherwise I'll forget it. So in case you want to Jane, of course, Jane, if you want to join our little chat with Joe and Lucas, just make sure to click that link, and then we will be there like in a minute. We will stay there for like 5 to 10 to 15 minutes. We will see, depends on. So come to the Afterworks voice channel. You can talk with us there. And yeah, without further ado, I will say a big thank you to Joe, Lucas, Patrick, and everyone in the team. You did a fantastic and great job of the airport, and we all love it. So again, thank you very much. Thank you also for being part of this little showcase here. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, the final words are up to you.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I would also like to say thanks to Frederike, one of our modelers, Theo, Batuan, and 2 guys who really helped us from the airport, Nisa and Manu, who also created the GSX profile, but also like provided us with information that basically made the airport and ground layout especially to be up to date. So yeah, and right, and thanks for this stream.
Thanks, Rafi.
Okay. That's it. So thank you for watching. Come over to the Discord. We will be there in a minute and talk to you later. And see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And reminder, tomorrow A340-600 update. Cheers, everyone. Bye-bye. Where's the music? There's the music. Okay. Bye-bye. Cheers, everyone.
All the blurred lines at the end. I don't know why I've been sinking. How can this be? I'm chasing the light, but I can't release. Standing on harbor.